SHN Live is an online audio and visual production company based out of Austin, Texas that specializes in broadcasting live events. Hi, I'm Carl Schoening, the Director of Broadcasting and co-founder of SHN Live. When my business partner Rob Hipp and I started SHN Live is an online audio and visual production company based out of Austin, Texas that specializes in broadcasting live events. Hi, I'm Carl Schoening, the Director of Broadcasting and co-founder of SHN Live. When my business partner Rob Hipp and I started SHN Sports in 2015, we made our slogan, "Your Team, Your Broadcast," because we envisioned bringing live broadcasting to undercovered sporting events as affordable as possible to schools and organizations. We started out with Georgetown ISD high schools and in 5 years have expanded to 6 states with over 30 affiliates, while also doing production for NCAA teams, conference tournaments, and even the NCAA Division II basketball tournament. In 2020, we rebranded to SHN Live as we provide resources and training for more than
with our Week 4 player show for the Mexia Black Cats in the 2020 season. Today we have Mr. Lamarian Miller, Mr. Jacob Adams, and again it's myself, Wallace High, and James Deichler coming to you today with Mexia Sports Network and Greertown Media. Guys, so we're going to hop right into this, hopefully. Y'all up for talking a little bit. Last week we had a couple of seemingly shy guys that didn't want to talk to us too much. So this week we're going to see if y'all will be a little more open with us. We had a good showing on Friday night. We came out and we saw a lot of positives, a lot of improvement from the past couple of weeks. Lamarian, you play quarterback for us. You know, one of the big things was getting on track offensively. Talk to us a little bit about how you felt about the progress we made, the improvement we showed, and the fact that we got out to a good start and we kept that rolling throughout the game on Friday.
Mainly it was confidence. I just felt like we played with a lot more confidence. We was ready to go, focused. We had a good week of practice that week, and it paid off in the game.
You know, and Jacob, you're kind of the big man in the middle on the defense, and one of the things James and I talked about a lot on Friday was seemed like our defense was flying around a lot. And then we noticed a lot of times too, you were the big guy taking on a lot of blockers and just kind of stuffing up the middle, letting those smaller, quicker guys run around. Tell us some of the things that you took away from the game on Friday defensively.
Well, pretty much I was just mainly trying to do my job, and all I'm trying to do is move them big guys over for our little guys just to get around and just get that ball.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all I'm trying to do.
Nothing wrong with that. that's the good thing about defense, right?
Yes, sir.
You can line up and then just go get the ball. Lamarian, you play defense some as well, and we got to see a couple big hits from you and some nice plays. That was probably the first time in a couple games where we saw a team actually come out and throw the ball against us as much as Navasota did. So you want to talk to us a little bit about how you saw it from the defensive side this past week?
It was an adjustment because, like you said beforehand, they ran the ball a lot. So it felt good to be back and playing a lot more coverages. And then I love to hit, period. That's me. I just love to hit. So coming downhill and making a big hit is just something I love to do.
And nothing wrong with that. We like watching it. So transitioning back over to offensively, with you being a quarterback, we got to see you put a little speed on display on Friday night. Getting around the edge and then outrunning some guys to the end zone. And we also got to see you throw the ball a lot more than we've seen the previous couple of weeks on Friday. And I have to say you had some nice passes out there, and some of your receivers did a good job of hauling some of those in for big plays. Were you, I guess, expecting to come out and throw the ball as much as you did, or was it something that y'all kind of just saw during the game and were able to take advantage of?
We just wanted to keep the defense guessing because they figured that we'll come out and run the ball a lot. So the pass threw them off, and we capitalized on it.
I noticed that one thing that I did notice on the offensive side was this game you looked very comfortable back there at quarterback. Your offensive line was clicking together, was reading their assignments, hitting their holes, and getting their blocks. It was giving you time to carry out your fakes and your reads, letting you take your time and not feeling so urgent to get rid of the ball.
Yes, sir.
How'd that make you feel?
It helped me gain my confidence too. Like I said before, just confidence, focus, and we were prepared.
Yeah, and y'all did look real prepared Friday night. Like I said, the offensive line, those first couple of games, it looked like they was trying to really connect together and really get this system down. Coming up against Navasota, besides us here sitting at this table, I'm sure y'all had a lot of critics say, well, there's no way that Mexia's going to be able to beat a top program like Navasota. Like Herm Edwards always says, you play to win the game. And what I saw from both sides of the Black Cats, offense and defense, more confidence and more, I don't know, as you would say, not cockiness, but
Good confidence. They say,
yeah.
It's a fine line between
Yeah.
confidence and cocky, and you got to walk that line when you're a football player.
Yeah.
Jacob, going back to you a little bit, we talked about earlier, we saw a couple games. The Cameron game, they threw it a couple times, but they were mostly run heavy. Troy was completely run heavy, And,
Yeah.
and in those earlier two games, when you thought about those teams running the ball, you thought about them just handing it to a running back and running, or an up back or somebody running the ball. Well, against Navasota, you kind of had to take into consideration they had a running back. Their quarterback could also run as well. So, it was kind of a different feel and a different look for you guys last week. But you were able to manage it well and be disciplined. So, was that one of your keys going into the game was we have to make sure we're focusing on the run, but not just by the quarterback or the running back, or was I mean, because going into the game, we heard the quarterback could run. So was he the main focus in the run game, or was it, all around?
To be honest, it was actually both of them because they were both agile. They had a lot of speed on them, so we had to keep an eyes on both of them just to make sure they don't get in that backfield behind us.
Right. And we were able to see it. I mean, y'all did a great job. I think the quarterback, he didn't he had a couple runs where he was able to get through and escape and make something happen. But other than that, you guys did a great job of shutting him down and really containing him, as well as the running back. James and I talked before the game of the speed that we had heard that number 5 had, and he showed that a little bit. But y'all's defense has really been good at, even when it seems like a team is moving the ball against you, y'all bow up and hold them and try to keep them without getting points on. And that was something we saw on Friday night. Is that how do you feel about that? Even when the team's moving down towards the end zone, and y'all are able to hold them or attempting to hold them.
Well, even if they are gaining a few yards on us, like every time, and they might get a first down, we just try to do our job, do as best as we possibly can, and just fight them back. Even if we have to injure a few, like we did Friday, pretty much like we did Friday. Even if we have to injure a few. But we just do our job, work at them to wear them out until they can't breathe.
And just for clarification, I don't think your intent means you go out to try to injure
No,
people.
we don't try to injure them. It just happens every now and then.
You play hard football. Sometimes
feel like if you keep going hard at them, sometimes they wear down. And I mean, that's football.
Heritage Real Estate LLC.
Injured, and we hope and we wish that none of our players or any other players are injured, because y'all are all young men and student athletes. But again, like you said, sometimes injuries happen. But we've enjoyed seeing you guys playing as hard as you play, as well as you guys have been playing, especially on the defensive side this year. Lamarian, we enjoy getting to watch y'all offensively, and I enjoy personally watching the improvement each week, and then watching you big guys up front, how you guys have improved, and not just getting better at the schemes, but how I can tell that you guys are playing more aggressively, more physically, and that's something I really enjoy looking at and watching. So we've kind of talked about last week, and we have a couple more minutes with you guys. Let's shift our focus to this upcoming week against Salado, where we said it a couple times before, but like, this is literally defensively is going to be like we're going and looking in a mirror at the offense we see all week long practicing.
Yeah.
So what are some of your keys for this week?
Well, pretty much in practice, I don't know exactly how to put it, but I just go off on them, and I can't speak. I'm sorry.
No, you're okay.
I can't speak well tonight. But the schemes we're running is we keep an eye out for that quarterback always. Always watch that running back with that little sneak he does, and we just push him back. We just hit him each time right in the mouth. Always hit him in the mouth.
I think one of the cool things is, I guess, you're gonna have pretty good amount of experience and practice against that type of offense that not much really should be a surprise. It's just going to be execution.
Only thing that's going to be a difference is they're not going to be doing more passes like our team does. They're going to be more running it.
Now, do y'all feel that going up against the scout defense, the scout offense, they're probably going to have different running styles than what you're practicing against right now? Are y'all taking that into effect? Or do y'all feel they're going to have the same speed that y'all are going to go up against Friday night as what your scout offense is doing? Because I'm pretty sure that the coaches are putting some running backs in there for y'all to practice against that are pretty sneaky and quick getting through the blocks and the holes. Do y'all feel that that's going to be a positive going into the game or a negative going into the game?
More than likely it's going to be a positive because we'll be expecting it more and be willing to handle it instead of letting it slip by us and get out of our way, pretty much.
Lamarian, as far as offensively, I don't know if we run the same type of defense that they run. I don't know what their defense is exactly going to look like, but I know you probably had to go against our defensive guys and stuff all week preparing for that. And one of the things that we know is that we have a lot of speed here in Mexia. So we may have a little more, even with some of those guys that are playing on the scout team, it may seem like there's a little more speed on our scout team than what we may face on Friday nights. But how do you get yourself ready for a game against a team that's really built a lot like our team, and they're going to come out and do a lot of the same things that you're used to seeing?
I just focus on my side of the football, our side of the football. I really don't pay too much attention. Defensively, we just know how to read our keys, be patient, make plays. Offensively, just be aggressive, be confident just like we was last week, and execute.
And that's what we want to see. You guys execute, doing what you worked hard on doing, and keep improving throughout the year. We had a good game and a good win on Friday. We look to have another one this coming Friday. We want to thank you guys for coming in and joining us. Again, this is Mr. Jacob Adams, who plays defensive lineman, I think some offensive line if he's needed, and Lamarian Miller, who plays quarterback and defensive back for the Black Cats. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with Week 4 Coaches Show and more of Mexia Black Cat Football Prediction Show.
Simpson Fireworks supports Mexia Black Cat football and athletics. We have items for all occasions, including gender reveals, weddings, 4th of July, and New Year's. For more information and to stay up to date, please visit our Simpson Fireworks Facebook page. Go Cats!
Heritage Real Estate LLC, voted by readers of the Mexia News as the best real estate company and best realtor for 2020, is proud to support the Mexia Black Cats. Broker and owner Mitzi Eves, as well as Heritage Realtors Pat Adams and Kelly Lauderdale, are all graduates of Mexia High School. Together, Heritage Real Estate LLC Realtors have over 30 years of real estate experience, are very involved in the community, and are dedicated to their clients. Heritage Real Estate LLC works with sellers, buyers, and investors for residential, lake properties, lots and acreage, and commercial properties in Limestone, Freestone, Leon, Robertson, Navarro, and the surrounding counties. You can find Heritage Real Estate LLC listings on Realtor.com, Zillow.com, Trulia.com, and many other websites. Call Heritage Real Estate LLC at 254-562-7899 anytime for help with all your real estate needs.
If you've not accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, if you've strayed away and are lost, if you need a church to call home and family, please don't put it off any longer. Your next breath is never promised. Visit Pastor James Deichler at Forest Glade Baptist Church, 4277 North Highway 14 in Mexia. He preaches straight from the Bible and never waters down the gospel. Church services are Sunday mornings starting at 10:45 a.m. A church that strives to advance the kingdom of God. Come be a part of this family.
Tonight's game is sponsored by Mexia Sports Network, Greer and Greer Mobile Detail, Woodman Life, Subway, Joe Fridays, Elizabeth C. Ferrari Realtor, and Big Drip Fashion Hall.
Heritage Real Estate LLC, voted by readers of the Mexia News as the best real estate company.
Show, here at Wallace High, James Deichler, and we have Coach V here, who's the defensive coordinator for the Mexia Black Cats. Coach V, we talked with a couple of the players here just a second ago, and now we have the pleasure of having you here with us for the first time.
Thank you for having me.
And we're glad that you came over and you're going to talk to us a little bit. We've had Coach Abram here with us the first couple weeks. So we like to get a few other coaches in here, so it's good. We have a new face. For those of you who aren't familiar with Coach V, it is his first year here in Mexia with us. But you know, he's come in and he's gotten his defense going, and we were just talking about it, the way the guys were flying around on last Friday night, and the defense looked really well. So you want to kind of talk to us a little bit about how you've seen the defense go and improve over the couple weeks that we've been at this?
Well, really, I mean, to me, it's just the athletes in Mexia has been great. Just the sheer speed of them. It's been really, really good just to see them from week one to the third game, seeing them evolve and just run to the ball. I mean, like I said, there's no secret to defense. It's about hustle. It's about an attitude. It's about arriving violently, and they've done that. So we line up and we play as fast as we can. And like I said, for us, it's pretty simple. That's the beauty about Mexia. Mexia has a lot of guys that run real fast, and they want to get there, and they want to get there violently. So it's been a blessing, really. It has. These kids have taken to it, and they've learned it, and they've embraced it. And like I said, every week we seem to be getting better.
And one of the things we talked to, we had Mr. Adams and Mr. Miller here with us earlier, and one of the things they said, on defense it's kind of easy. You put your hand down on the ground or in your stance, and once the ball snapped, you go as fast as you can and try to find the ball and get there. And this year we've seen that a lot of our guys are playing both ways, which is fun for me and what I like to see, because that's what we've always done. The last few years, we were more playing one-sided for most of the guys. So seeing some of those guys that have been playing mostly offense come in and play a lot of defense this year, it's been really good to see them come out and adapt and really get with it and make the plays that they're making in the defense. Has that been something? I know you're from Sulphur. You came from Sulphur Springs, which is a little bit bigger than Mexia. So I don't know if you've had the two-way players a lot there, or if you went one way.
Well, for me, I love the philosophy of having your best players on the field. And in Sulphur Springs, really with Coach Abram, when he was there as a defensive coordinator, he had that same type of mentality of having the best players on the field and being in condition and being in shape. So really bringing that type of mentality to Mexia is great, because, I mean, why not have those players on the field? And to me, not only does it help just try to win ball games, but it helps these young men try to recruit as far as recruiting wise. You don't want to be handcuffed to one kid only playing one side of the ball. Now, really, colleges can look at him and say, hey, that guy can go at receiver and defensive back, for one example. But to me, it's great. And really, for a defensive coordinator, having the best 11 on the field is awesome, because now you know what you're going to get. To me, it's just also one of the deals you have to really plan with the offensive coordinator and the other position coach to see which ones, because we still got to stay fresh across the board. So it's a lot of talking, a lot of planning. But it's, like I said, it's been really good. It's worked for us so far.
Well, let's kind of go back to the Navasota game right quick. One of my concerns going to the game is I watch a lot of film on Navasota, and what Navasota loves to do is kill you on the quick out, slant, and then throw it deep. One of my concerns was, I know that y'all teach discipline in football, which every coach teaches discipline in football, but being at a young age, as these young men are, whenever you're playing defensive back on the outside and you have 3 quick outside passes go your way and they've gained like 15 yards, you're thinking in your head, that's not going to happen to me again, so I'm going to bite on it next time. And that's never Navasota will give the fake and then go across the middle deep. Mexia stayed disciplined, not just for one half, not just for 3 quarters, but the entire game. What kept their focus on this game this past week that made that defense so successful?
To me, it's really Coach Smith and the secondary, just talking to those guys and every single day preaching to those guys. I've been blessed with a great group of guys around me that they know football, they know the kids, they know the strengths and weaknesses of the guys, and really it's a want to do things. And seeing Navasota, how explosive they were averaging 30 plus points a game. They had multiple big plays. A little scary, honestly, seeing them on film, but really, like I said, it's a blessing to have the position coaches like Coach Smith, Coach Sandler, Coach Dorsey, Coach Davis, just every single day just hammering our kids, and then our kids just buying in and saying, you know what, this is what we're going to do. And having that bend but don't break philosophy, and just understanding that between the 30-yard lines, they may get a couple yards here and there, but when we get to the red zone, it's one of those opportunities that you're not going to score on us. Unfortunately, we did give up, that big run, which we pride ourselves in not giving up runs. I know it was deep in the game, but to me, it still hurts me. But, and the guys were mad, and they should be mad. And to me, that's where the attitude starts rolling in the right direction, when our guys are starting to understand it's not okay to get scored on. And whether it's a short run or a long run, it's not okay. And, but these guys, like I said, they're understanding what we want out of them. Bend but don't break, and don't allow touchdowns. And we're getting to that point.
And I like the bend but don't break concept, because whenever I was watching y'all Friday night, that's exactly what I saw. And I was thinking back to the Dallas Cowboys back in the 70s and the early 80s, where they played that bend but don't break defense, and that's exactly what I saw from Black Cats Friday night. So congratulations on that big.
It's on the guys. Those guys, like I said, we got some incredible athletes, and they're playing hard right now. So it's awesome.
Yes, sir.
One of the other things that we noticed on last Friday against Navasota, I mean, of course, it was the first time we played a team that stood back and threw the ball as much as they did. Like we've said over and over, the first couple games were predominantly run at each other. And then last Friday, Navasota was the spread them out, get in the gun, snap it back, and we're going to throw it a little bit, run it a little bit. We were able to see our defensive linemen and ends really get after the football and get back in the backfield and make a lot of plays. And that was something that I was anxious to see. We talked about it a little last week prior to the game, and they delivered. Is that, and we say they're not the biggest guys up front, so I think that was one of those games where they were ready for.
Oh, no doubt. But just watching Navasota offensively, their line was big, and they were physical. And on film, they were really, really good. And I just think to us, we just had that mentality: go to Navasota and take it to them. And really, the defensive line did an amazing job. Daniels was doing great. I saw Adams at one point had 3 guys trying to block him, and which is great for us, because our inside backers now really, when those 3 front guys take care of the 5-0 linemen, it works great for us. And just the inside backers fitting, the outside backers fitting, and then the safeties and corners. Like I said, to us, there's no secret. We just lined up and played as fast as we could, and the guys got after it.
Right.
So.
Yeah, they did a really good job of getting after it, as you said. So fast forwarding to this week, we have Salado coming to town. And we said it earlier, it's going to be like looking in a mirror. Like, we're going to see them doing the same thing we see every day at practice from our offense. I mean, that's a blessing. I guess, some people may look at it as a blessing. You see it every day, so it kind of helps you understand what you're going to experience on Friday. What are some of the keys going into this week's game?
The one word that I keep talking to everybody about is we got to be more physical than they are. I told the guys today, we were watching film, and I said there's no secret to who's going to win the ball game. It's the most physical team up front on both sides of the ball. Salado's really, really good. I'm going to say they're probably the best team we're going to face so far. Their defense is really, really good offensively. They've been in the system for 5+ years. They know what they're doing. They play hard. They're well coached. They have speed. They have size. They have everything you would want out of a team. Now it comes to who wants it the most. And for me, it comes down to Friday night, at our place, homecoming, the bright and shining lights. We got to get after them. We got to be more physical than they are. And like I said, it's not a secret. We got to be more physical. We got to beat them at the point of attack, from the O line to the D line to the inside backers to the running backs, everything. And like I said, I'm speaking as a general, as a team. We got to be more physical than they are. It's going to be a nasty, just ugly game, and I mean every yard is going to be scrapping for that 1 yard. So it's going to be old school football.
Yeah. And that's one question I was going to ask you. For the past 5 years that Mejia has been playing Salado, those games have become pretty scrappy out there, with Salado kind of, I'll call it, playing dirty a little bit. And when they start doing that, what is y'all's focus to make sure that the boys keep their mindset on the football game?
Well, for us, like I said, it's not about the other team. It's about us. It's about what we do. And when I say who's going to be more physical, I'm saying that we must be more physical. And when I say we keep our focus, we line up, we play fast. It's not about, and you look at the games we've won, the games we've lost, it hasn't been teams beating us. It's us not winning the game. And I firmly believe that right now, if we don't make mistakes here and there, we win those games. So it's not about Salado. It's about Mejia. It's about Mejia Black Hat football. And if our guys go take care of business, regardless of if Salado's, if they're whatever they're doing, we go take care of business. We're physical. We're going to come out victorious.
Great answer. Great answer.
Well, Coach, we enjoyed you, being here with us. Thank you for sitting down. Again, it's Coach V, defensive coordinator for the Mejia Black Hats. We don't have anything else. James, we want to wish you good luck this week.
Thank you.
Go Black Hats.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all guys.
We're going to take a quick
Yes, sir.
break. We'll be back with our offensive coach. So we'll give a word for our sponsors, and we'll return with more Coaches Show Week 4 for the Mejia Black Hats.
For over 20 years, Rachel Anderson Real Estate has been synonymous with residential and country lifestyle real estate in Limestone and the surrounding counties. Whether selling or buying, Agent Elizabeth Ferrari can help. Visit ElizabethCFerrariRealtor.com or call 254-747-1602. Real estate market knowledge, passion for helping clients.
Big Drip Fashion Hall is now open in Mejia. Big Drip offers a variety of the latest styles of urban clothing, serving boys and men of all sizes from toddlers to 6XL. Big Drip Fashion Hall is guaranteed to meet all of your fashion needs. Come check us out, 1335 East Milam Street in Mejia, across from Hibbett Sports.
Mexia Sports Network would like to send a big thank you to our sponsors. Some may know and some may not know this business is funded by the owner and co-owner. However, we do offer sponsorships during sports seasons. When you sponsor a spot on the Mexia Sports Network, you get advertisement during live games. Also, your sponsorship assists in obtaining shirts for our announcers and equipment that is used to bring you better services. Thank you all to past and present for your support.
All right, and we're back with more Week 4 Coaches Show with Mejia Black Cat. Here we have Coach Griffin, who's the offensive coordinator for the Black Hats. Again, he's one of our new coaches here in his first year in Mejia. We've talked heavily about the offense, over the last couple of weeks, and even the beginning parts of the show today. And just being able to see the progress and the improvement from our guys offensively over the first 3 weeks of the season. And now we're rolling into Week 4. And from Week 1 until last Friday, the offense looked like it was a completely different group. On Friday, things seemed like they were clicking for the most part. Still had a couple things that, you want to clean up and not have happen during the game. But for the most part, we were able to put together 4 quarters of good offensive football. So what were kind of some of your takeaways from the game on Friday?
Well, I completely agree with you there. For sure, I believe we're getting there. Like you said, there are still a few things here and there we need to clean up. But to see the progress, for these kids to watch film and see the progress, I think that helps with the buy-in even more. You go from week 1 to where we had no scrimmages, no nothing. That hurt us. I really and truly believe that. We're in week 4 now playing our 3rd game, our 4th game. This should be our 6th game, to be honest, because we'd have 2 scrimmages and this. So to see the progress, man, it's wonderful to see. It kind of gives you goosebumps saying, hey, guys, you're starting to see it a little bit more. This is where we can be. Let's clean this up right here for the next week, and then let's just get better.
Yeah, and one of the things we talked about earlier also was We came out and seen a couple of some different things on last Friday than what we had seen the prior 2 weeks, and it seemed like the guys were a lot more comfortable in getting out and running the offense, executing. No matter what it may have been that we got into, even with Lamarian throwing some of the passes he threw, just carrying out some of the reads and the fakes that he did, everything seemed like there was a comfort level that we hadn't seen in the previous 2 weeks. Right. You want to tell us, like, had that been something you guys had been preaching to the guys to just let it take place and it's going to happen, or did it just kind of seem like once one thing started going well, it just kept rolling over?
Well, of course, one of our sayings this year is trust, and I think that they're buying into that process. Trust this process of getting better each week. Work this little fake here, work this little fake there, work your blocking assignment here, and let's let it all gel together. And once it starts doing that, you start seeing the progress, like I said before, that we're getting now. But the coaches I work with, man, they're great. They're absolutely great with the kids. And they ask me questions a lot, and they have a lot of plans to themselves. Hey, what if we do this? Will that help with that? And I run with it, man, and just see what it looks like. And as you said, they're getting more comfortable in their position, no doubt about it. And it's wonderful to see again. So.
Now I know that one focus going into against Navasota was the nose guard.
Yes.
He was the big talk of who was on that defensive side. And I texted Wallace earlier that week before the game that I watched film and I felt we had too much speed for him to contend and maintain his focus for 4 quarters. And from what I saw, probably about mid-third quarter, the young man started tiring out. Taking nothing away from that nose guard, a great player, but I felt with y'all's scheme, y'all really tired him out, and it opened it up more with your offensive line getting that greater push. Also, one thing that I saw was coming in towards the end of the second quarter, Trey Jones started running the ball a little bit, and people were asking me at work, why not give the ball more to this running back? Why not give the ball more to this running back? I'll tell them, because we got a triple horn dragon back there.
Really, 4.
4, yeah.
Yeah, 4, not counting your quarterback.
Right.
And I said, if you take a look at the game, the defense kind of probably keyed in more on Holman and Wiley because that's your more big play running backs. But when Trey Jones comes in, he has a different style of running, and you saw those 2 great runs there towards the end of the quarter. How do you keep your offense maintaining their discipline with each style of running back that y'all have back there?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
That's more on the kids than it is on me. They really adapt to what each back does. Our play schemes with each back is different for sure. What we're able to do with each back. I thought, like you said, Trey Jones did a wonderful job of when it was his time to shine, he took that opportunity and rode with it. He got 2 big third down conversions for us that really set up our offense even more. But like I said, each back's different. You got that Trey Jones, he's kind of a scat back. You got Jarrell, he's Jarrell. You got Trey Holman, who's got the edge. If he gets the edge, he's gone. Then you got Lamar, and you try to tackle him up high, he's just going to simply run you over. So, it's great to have that kind of backfield because you get to play with those kind of things. You get to say, all right, well, let's try this. And the guys up front just adapt to it, and we just keep rolling.
And that's one thing that I saw from Lamarian whenever he was able to carry out that fake and get that big run around the left side with the right side. And I already knew he looked comfortable back there, but it takes a lot of confidence to trust your offensive line for you to be able to carry out those assignments and carry out a great fake, which was probably the best fake I've seen in high school football. He kind of faked me out too. I thought he handed the ball off. Is there a level of trust that you're starting to see, a level of confidence that your quarterback is starting to feel with your offensive line now that they're starting to buy into the schemes that y'all run?
There's no doubt that he is gaining so much confidence. He is trusting it. Here's the big thing. We finally, we've been playing, we make jokes in the coach's office a lot, hey, we're playing musical chair with our linemen. This week we got to move him here, we're going to try this, and see how it works. And I think last week we got a pretty certain look at what our line's going to be. And once we got that throughout the week, he started seeing that. He started trusting it more, and now you're starting to see the produce for that. So it's been really great. Like I said, Marion, he has done a great job with his fakes. That's the big key about this offense is your fakes. If you're able to sell it just enough, just to get an inch by the guy, he's gone. That's what's pretty special about him. He doesn't look fast until he gets going.
Right.
And then it's just like, well, you're just not catching him.
You can't catch
That's
him.
right.
And we kind of talked about it, having that many backs. I mean, and kind of the one thing Coach V kind of hinted at it when he was talking during his segment of how many athletes, that are out there on the field, whether offensively or defensively. And one of the things we got to see it a little bit later in the game, where you had some young guys that were able to come in and get some carries and things. So I mean, you have 4 main backs right now, and probably another 3 or 4
They go to another school and start somewhere else.
Yeah, they're just chomping at the bit for
Right.
their chance to get out there and carry the ball as well. But when you look at it, I believe Mexia had close to 500 yards of total offense on last Friday, and you look at the breakdown, and you had 4 guys with 60 plus yards rushing, and then 100 and something yards passing and receiving in the air. And it was really a balance thing. It wasn't one player doing a lot, but it was a group of players doing it, which it seems like makes a team a lot more dangerous and a lot harder to defend. And is that one of the things you look at when you're, thinking about your game plan offensively for the game and how you're going to go about it?
Basically, what I try to look at is, all right, if they try to stop this guy, what's our next option? If they try to stop these 2 guys, what's our next option? And like you said, I thought we were very well balanced last week. What we were able to do up front and with our guys on the offensive line, making those holes, it really opened up our passing game. I told the guys over and over again, we're going to establish the run first. Coach B talked about it. We've got to be physical up front, and I think that's been the biggest hurdle right now. Getting out of that spread mentality, we've got to come off the ball. We've got to go hit this guy in the mouth first instead of catching. They have gotten better at that, and with that, everything else opens up. It just makes our schemes a lot easier, really and truly, because stop this guy, let's go to this guy. And now you just like, I don't know what to do.
And I kind of made the joke Friday night that in the first quarter, Navasota had to look down and look across the field to see if they were really playing Mexia because they threw the ball twice in the first quarter. Was that y'all's game plan to kind of put the ball in the air just a little bit more to kind of keep them off balance?
And in all actuality, it probably wasn't. I could probably tell you that right now. We're going to, like I said, we're going to establish a run first. I'm a run. We're going to run for first downs. We'll throw for touchdowns, and it's kind of proven right now. You look at Trey Holman; he's got 4 catches on the year and 3 of them touchdowns. So I mean, it's working. We just take what they give us.
That's right.
If they're going to, Coach Abrams usually on the headset. One of my other assistants guys are on the headset. He's sneaking in. All right, let's hit them now. Now it's time to hit them because they're focused inside now. So there's nobody on the outside.
So coming up to this week, we have Salado coming into Black Hatfield. I haven't seen much defensive Salado tape or highlights or anything, so I don't know exactly what they look like defensively. I know offensively they're kind of our carbon copy.
Right.
But as far as what we're looking at keys for this week, I know dominating the line of scrimmage is number one.
Absolutely.
We get that from everybody.
Right.
So behind the line of scrimmage, what are some of our keys for this week?
Really and truly, being able to get off our double teams to get to the linebackers. If we can do that, their linebackers are good. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Their linebackers are really good. So, they're not as big as the last 3 teams we faced up front, but they're very athletic, they're very fast, and they're very physical. Again, that word comes up. So if we can get up and move that line of scrimmage back and get off our double teams and get on our linebackers, we should have a good show tomorrow, or on Friday, excuse me. So.
Well, James, do you have anything?
That's about it. You've hit every question I thought about.
Well, we want to thank Coach Griffin for coming and being with us tonight during the Coaches Show. We don't have any other questions for you, and you pretty much hit, like James said, you've answered everything that we've had, so we want to say thank you for coming and sitting with us. Good luck this week. Go Black Hats.
Go Black Hats. Thank you, Coach.
Yes, sir.
All right, and that'll wrap up this portion of our Coaches Show for Week 4 of Mexia Black Hat Football. We'll take a quick commercial break. We'll be back with our prediction show.
Simpson Fireworks supports Mexia Black Cat football and athletics. We have items for all occasions, including gender reveals, weddings, 4th of July, and New Year's. For more information and to stay up to date, please visit our Simpson Fireworks Facebook page. Go Cats!
Heritage Real Estate LLC, voted by readers of the Mexia News as the best real estate company and best realtor for 2020, is proud to support the Mexia Black Cats. Broker and owner Mitzi Eves, as well as Heritage Realtors Pat Adams and Kelly Lauderdale, are all graduates of Mexia High School. Together, Heritage Real Estate LLC realtors have over 30 years of real estate experience, are very involved in the community, and are dedicated to their clients. Heritage Real Estate LLC works with sellers, buyers, and investors for residential, lake properties, lots and acreage, and commercial properties in Limestone, Freestone, Leon, Robertson, Navarro, and the surrounding counties. You can find Heritage Real Estate LLC listings on Realtor.com, Zillow.com, Trulia.com, and many other websites. Call Heritage Real Estate LLC at 254-562-7899 anytime for help with all your real estate needs.
Tonight's game is sponsored by Mexia Sports Network, Greer & Greer Mobile Detail, Woodman Life, Subway, Joe Fridays, Elizabeth C. Ferrari Realtor, and Big Drip Fashion Hall.
accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, if you've strayed away and are lost, if you need a church to call home and family, please don't put it off any longer. Your next breath is never promised. Visit Pastor James Deichler at Forest Glade Baptist Church, 4277 North Highway 14 in Mexia. He preaches straight from the Bible and never waters down the gospel. Church services are Sunday mornings starting at 10:45 a.m. A church that strives to advance the kingdom of God. Come be a part of this family.
We're back with our prediction show for the week 4 of Mexia Black Cat football. Again, it's me, Wallace High. I've been joined now by Denora Sandals, Mr. Vance Rhodes, and we still have James Deichler here with us.
You want to slide around so you can get FaceTime?
Yeah, James getting his wave on, and we're going to move around so you can catch a good glimpse of him. We have a couple games that we're going to pick this week. We'll have high school, college, and then the NFL. And we're gonna go with these games, and we just want to let you know that they're subject to change before Friday, as we've already had some games canceled and postponed, and some matchups change here in the last couple hours. So what we have now is what we have the matchup being at the time that we did these sheets. They may have changed already, and they may change before Friday. But we're going to go with what we have. Our first matchup is the Coolidge Yellow Jackets from right down 171. They're going to travel all the way to the big town of Oakwood and take on the Panthers. James, how do you have that one going?
Well, I think Oakwood was kind of keeping a couple of touchdowns in their pockets for this week. So I'm going to go with Oakwood 67-40.
Oh.
I'm going to go with Coolidge 70-58.
I'm going with Coolidge 37-8.
And I'm going to go Coolidge 56-34. And now we do this every week just because
it's Freddie.
Other than the Mexia Black Hats, this is the only game Freddie really cares about. It is the Grosbeck Goats coming off of their first loss of the season, traveling all the way to Palmer to take on the Bulldogs. Freddie, you want to step in and give us your pick for this week?
I got Grosbeck 56, Palmer Bulldogs 7.
Oh!
We gave him some points.
Freddie's been a little generous this week. The first few weeks Grosbeck was going to win 56-0 against everybody. This week he's taking the Grosbeck Goats to win 56-7. So I guess it's the road trip. So I guess the travel is going to allow the Palmer Bulldogs to get a touchdown on the Goats. James, how do you have this one picked?
I'm not that generous. I think Grosbeck's winning streak is over, and I'm going with Palmer 25-13.
I'm going with Palmer 24-7.
I'm going with Palmer 23-14.
And I'm going Palmer 28-14. So
sorry, Freddie.
Right now, Freddie's the only one that's choosing his Goats this week. But our next game is going to be the Palestine Wildcats going over to Connolly to take not to Waco, to Lacey Lakeview to take on the Connolly Cadets. James, I know this is your alma mater. Why don't you take us away and tell us how you think that one's going to end up?
I got to go against my Cadets. I think Palestine's going to come in and upset the Cadets 17-7.
I'm going to take the Cadets 35-7.
I'm taking the Cadets 30-13.
And I'm taking the Cadets 27-17. So I guess that's going to be James's upset of the week, where he's trying to close the gap and pick victories.
Oh, I think you're going to like the next one.
The next matchup is going to be a big one. It's going to bring us two powerhouses in the 4A ranks. With the La Vega Pirates will be the visitors taking on the Argyle Eagles. These two teams have played quite a few times here in the past several years, whether it be regular season or postseason. And they've also been successful in winning a couple of those state championships at the end of the season. But it's a new year. I believe Argyle is the number 1 team in the state in 4A D1, and La Vega is the prior to last week, I believe they were the number 2 team in the state in 4A D1. So I think it's going to be a good matchup. But James, what do you have it ending up as?
I've got it going late into the fourth quarter, being tied 26-26, and Argyle's going to score a touchdown late in the fourth quarter, and kick the extra point to make it 33-26.
I'm going to go with La Vega 28-21.
I'm going with Argyle 34-32.
And I actually picked the Argyle Eagles to win this one. They're at home this time, and I give them a touchdown advantage, winning 31-24 over the Pirates. Our next game will be the Robinson Rockets hosting the Fairfield Eagles. James?
Yeah, I think the Eagles burnt me last week, and they're going to get burnt again this week, 28-13.
I'm going to take Fairfield 35-14.
I got Robinson 14-7.
And I'm going to take Robinson coming out over the Eagles 49-14. I think the Rockets might put up a few more points this week than they were able to last week. Our next one is going to be a pretty good matchup here. Whitney, I believe it was last week, Whitney put it on Robinson pretty good.
Yeah.
They're going to go all the way to Mart to take on the Panthers, and we kind of pretty much know what Mart's done historically each year in and out. They're still the number 1 team in the state. In what is it, 2A Division 2?
Yeah.
So James, how do you pick this one?
Well, I kind of got it being a little wet, so I'm gonna have a low score on this one. I got Mark taking it 26-14.
I got Mart 35-7.
I got Mart 45-30.
And I have Mart 28-14. Next, we go a little further down 171 past Coolidge all the way to Hubbard, and the Jaggers are going to take on the Valley Mills Eagles. How do you have this one picked, James?
I've got Valley Mills taking it 33-13.
I got Valley Mills 24-7.
I got Valley Mills 26-20.
Oh man, I guess I'm the lone wolf in this one. I'm going to take the Hubbard Jaggers winning 31-28 over the Valley Mills Eagles. I guess that'll be my
upset of the week.
Pick, and hopefully I'll get it so I can gain a game on everybody. But next we'll go all the way, all 5 miles up 14 to Wortham, as the Bulldogs will host the Cayuga Wildcats. James, how you pick this one?
That's another team I think that their win streak's over, so I got Cayuga going 40-13.
I'm gonna take Wortham 14-7.
I got Cayuga 24-10.
And I was going back and forth with this one, just because I don't know much about what Cayuga has this year.
No, really.
But I'm going to go with our neighbors up the road, and I'm going to go Wortham pulling out a close one, 17-14.
What? Somebody kicking a field goal?
Maybe. I hope Wortham has a kicker. Next, we'll have our other neighbors just east of us down 84, the Tig Lions, traveling to Buffalo to take on the Bison. James, what do you have on this one?
I've got Lorena taking it 24-10. Madisonville is still good.
No. You're jumping ahead of us,
I'm
James.
sorry, Lorena?
Tig Lions.
No, Tig and Buffalo.
What am I doing? Buffalo 24-10.
I got Buffalo 32-14.
Well, since Tig scored 7 points in the last 3 games, I got Buffalo 24-7.
And I'm right with Dino, because I'm giving Tig that 7 points. They're gonna stay on their average, but I have the Bison scoring 42, so Buffalo taking the win. And next, we're gonna move a little bit farther away, as the College Station Cougars travel over to Temple to take on the Wildcats. James?
All right, College Station 28, Temple 14.
I got Temple Wildcats 35, College Station 7.
I got Temple 17-13.
And I have Temple 24-17. So, James, you're the lone one on that one, too.
There we go.
So you might get your game there. And then...
I guess I was just hyped up for this game.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I know. The game James was eagerly ready to talk about. The Lorena Leopards will host the Madisonville Mustangs. Two teams that were in the district with Mexia the last couple years, and now that's changed, but they're still playing each other. What do you have for this one, James?
Lorena 24, Madisonville 10.
I got Lorena 35-7 over Madisonville.
I got Lorena 21-14.
And I have Lorena winning 28-14. Now we're going to go east a little bit, and we're going to get into some of the teams that are in our current district, as the Bullard Panthers will host the Rusk Eagles. James, how'd you pick this one?
I got Bullard taking it 25-17.
I got Bullard 14-7.
I got Russ 20-16.
And I have Rusk winning 21-17 over the Panthers. Next, the Van Vandals will host the Pittsburgh Pirates. And this is not the baseball team. It'll be Pittsburgh, Texas Pirates versus the Van Vandals. James, who you got for this one?
I got Van taking it 28-26.
I got Van 24-7.
I got the Pirates 28-13.
And I have the Pirates 24-14. So, bringing up one other district mate of ours, the Canton Eagles will be hosting the Maybank Panthers. James?
I got Canton taking it 30-13.
I got Maybank taking it 14-7.
I got Maybank 24-10.
Oh, and I have Canton taking it 28-21.
I was thinking to say, I know something y'all don't know.
Yeah, I don't know too much about what Maybank has over there this year. I know they had a decent season, I believe, last year, but I'm not sure how they're doing this so far this year. Kind of picking in the blind because I didn't get to see.
I think they're 1-3 right now.
Oh.
I think they're 1-3.
Now for the big game for our high school ranks for us, it'll be the Mexia Black Cats hosting the Salado Eagles here for homecoming 2020 at Black Cat Field. James?
It was a hard one for me, just because I didn't know how the score was going to turn out. But I got the Black Cats taking this homecoming 30-25.
I got the Black Cats 35-28.
I got the Black Cats 30-24.
And I have the Black Cats 38-35.
Well, we all think they're gonna get up there in the 30s.
We're gonna take a quick sponsor break here, and we'll be back with our college pick predictions for more prediction show week 4 Mexia Black Cats.
Of the Mexia News as the best real estate company and best realtor for 2020 is proud to support the Mexia Black Cats. Broker and owner Mitzi Eves, as well as Heritage Realtors Pat Adams and Kelly Lauderdale, are all graduates of Mexia High School. Together, Heritage Real Estate LLC Realtors have over 30 years of real estate experience, are very involved in the community, and are dedicated to their clients. Heritage Real Estate LLC works with sellers, buyers, and investors for residential, lake properties, lots and acreage, and commercial properties in Limestone, Freestone, Leon, Robertson, Navarro, and the surrounding counties. You can find Heritage Real Estate LLC listings on Realtor.com, Zillow.com, Trulia.com, and many other websites. Call Heritage Real Estate LLC at 254-562-7899 anytime for help with all your real estate needs.
Simpson Fireworks supports Mexia Black Cat football and athletics. We have items for all occasions, including gender reveals, weddings, 4th of July, and New Year's. For more information and to stay up to date, please visit our Simpson Fireworks Facebook page. Go Cats!
over 20 years, Rachel Anderson Real Estate has been synonymous with residential and country lifestyle real estate in Limestone and the surrounding counties. Whether selling or buying, Agent Elizabeth Ferrari can help. Visit ElizabethCFerrariRealtor.com or call 254-747-1602. Real estate market knowledge, passion for helping clients.
With week 4 of the Mexia Black Cat player, coaches, and prediction show. Again, it's me, Wallace High, Denora Sandals, Vance Rhodes, and James Deichler, bringing you our predictions. We're up to the college segment of our prediction show, as we'll hit on some of the college teams that we have down playing this week. And we'll also carry that over into our NFL predictions as well. Our first game is Tulsa going all the way to Stillwater to take on the Oklahoma State Cowboys. This is a pretty big rivalry there because they're just up the road from each other, not far at all. James, how'd you pick this one?
I got Oklahoma State 35-17.
I got Oklahoma State 35-7.
I got the Cowboys 42-20.
Go Cowboys.
And I think this might be a closer game than a lot of people think, but I do have the Cowboys winning 35-24 in this one. And that's the Oklahoma State Cowboys, as we're in our college section, not to Dallas yet. Our next game is Notre Dame will host South Florida. James?
I know, like you said, Notre Dame didn't really look impressive last week, but I got them taking this one 42-20.
I've got Notre Dame winning 28-21.
I got Notre Dame 34-21.
And I almost picked against the Fighting Irish because they didn't impress me last week, but they are going to be at home. And I know whenever you head up that way, it's kind of tough to play in there. So I'm going to give them an advantage, winning 28-20 over South Florida.
Kelly got his contract renewed too.
So our next game puts the UCF, University of Central Florida, traveling to take on Georgia Tech. James, you want to talk about this one?
Yeah, I got Georgia Tech barely skimming by 27-20.
I got Georgia Tech 28-21.
I got Georgia Tech 30-17.
And I'm going to be the oddball. I'm going to go with UCF in this one. And I'm going to go UCF winning 21-17. It's been funny to see Georgia Tech in the spread and not running the wing tee.
Yeah.
We've seen that wing tee from Georgia Tech for I don't know how many years. And that last week seeing them coming out of the spread, I was just kind of like, oh, man. But our next game is going to take Miami of Florida, the U, will be going to Louisville to take on the Cardinals. James, how'd you pick this one?
I got Miami winning this one 20-17.
I got Miami 24-7.
I got Louisville 31-16.
Oh no, this is gonna be a tough one in the ACC. I'm gonna go with Miami in this one in a close one, 27-24.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be real close in the end.
And then our next game has North Carolina Tar Heels. This is Dino's favorite college. We'll be hosting the University of Charlotte, or Charlotte University. James, you want to take us away on this one?
Yeah, I am a Duke Blue Devil fan, but I got North Carolina winning 25-10.
I got North Carolina winning 28-7.
Well, as Freddie say, I got North Carolina winning 56-0.
My score isn't quite as big as Denoris's, but mine, I have North Carolina winning 45-14. Next, we have some of the smaller but yet well-known college football programs, with Marshall hosting Appalachian State. Those are two teams that are over in the Virginia area, very familiar with each other. So what do you have for this one, James?
I got Appalachian State blocking the field goal in the last seconds, running it back and winning 27-26.
This ain't Michigan.
I got Appalachian State 14-7.
I got Appalachian State 35-16.
Oh, and I have Appalachian State 21-13. And then Next, we have the top team in the country, the Clemson Tigers, will be hosting the Citadel. And if you're like, when somebody asked where was that college, or they didn't realize it was a school, the Citadel is a university. They do have a football team. I don't think it's going to matter too much this week. But James,
I'm going to take this one, Clemson 56 and Citadel 10, because Clemson's going to sit their starters after halftime.
I'm going to take Clemson 35-7.
This was a hard pick for me. But I'm going Clemson 35-3.
It was hard for you. It wasn't that hard for me. I'm taking Clemson 63-6. I think Citadel might get 2 field goals. And next is the big one for me. It'll be my Baylor Bears hosting the Houston Cougars. James?
Well, we'll throw the ball in the air and sick 'em Bears 40-17.
I got Houston 24-14.
Woo, I got the Bears 28-14.
And I'm going to take my Bears, of course, to come out on top 31-17. And so rolling over, we finished up the games that we had for our college predictions. We'll roll right over into our NFL predictions after a quick message from our sponsors.
Tonight's game is sponsored by Mexia Sports Network, Greer and Greer Mobile Detail, Woodman Life, Subway, Joe Fridays, Elizabeth C. Ferrari Realtor, and Big Drip Fashion Hall.
The NFL portion of our predictions. Our first game will bring the Cincinnati Bengals traveling all the way to Cleveland to take on the Browns. So this will be an interstate matchup, but in Ohio, with Cleveland taking on Cincinnati. Pardon us for the extra noise you may hear, as we are thankful that the people of Joe Fridays has allowed us once again to come in and bring you our prediction and coaches show from their establishment, as they are one of the sponsors for Mexia Sports Network. So James, who do you have between Cincinnati and Cleveland?
I take Cincinnati taking this in a high-scoring game, 13-10.
I'm going to go with the Browns, 24-7.
I'm going with the Browns, 24-16.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Browns as well. I think Baker Mayfield gets it together just enough to put some points on the board this week, and I think they'll get 27, and I'm hoping he throws it to Odell a few times because I have him in my fantasy league. But I think that Cincinnati is really coming on, and they have a bright future, but I only see them scoring 20 this week. Our next game will be the Denver Broncos versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. James?
I got the Steelers 24-17.
I got the Steelers 28-21.
I got the Steelers 17-10.
And I have the Steelers winning this one 21-14. I'm sorry, 27-14. Next, it'll be the Carolina Panthers versus the Tampa Bay for some people, Buccaneers, as they didn't look very Tampa-ish last week.
I think it's because he was wearing the brown, but I think he's starting to get used to it. And I'm not going to go against the GOAT. The Buccaneers are going to win 26-25.
I got the Buccaneers 35-28.
I got the Panthers 28-24.
And I have the Buccaneers 24-17, although Tom let me down and didn't get me as many fantasy points as I needed last week. And so our next matchup is going to be the San Francisco 49ers going to take on the New York Jets.
And this really hurts me. It really does, because I'm taking the Niners 20-10.
I'm gonna take 49ers 24-7.
I got the Niners 27-13.
And I have the Niners as well, 27-10. Next, we'll have the Detroit Lions. Will be visiting Wisconsin to take on the Green Bay Packers. How do you guys this one, James?
I think Aaron Rodgers lives in a time capsule because he looked like a young Aaron Rodgers the other day. So I'm taking the Packers 30-20.
I'm gonna take the Packers 35-14.
I got the Packers 31-21.
And I have the Packers also 31-21. So Dino and I were thinking about the same on that one. And then we'll have the Baltimore Ravens, who will be hosted by the Houston Texans. And the Ravens looked impressive last week. The Texans not so much. But how do you have this one shaping up?
I take the Texans getting their stuff together this week and winning 24-17.
I'm gonna take the Ravens 30-21.
I got the Ravens 42-20.
And I'm kind of like Dino. I need the Ravens to put up some points and for Marquise Brown to catch some passes and some yards for touchdowns. But I am still taking the Baltimore Ravens winning 35-17 over the Texans. And then we will have the Washington football team.
Washington football.
Traveling to Arizona to take on the Cardinals after Washington won their first game of the season. So, who do you have in this one, James?
I was highly impressed how well Washington played. So I'm going to take them this week 23-21 over the Cardinals.
I'm gonna take the Cardinals 24-14.
I got the Cardinals 17-14.
And I'm going to take the Cardinals as well because, again, I'm going with all the people that I need fantasy points with. But I do think that the Cardinals and Kyler Murray will be a little different and more potent than what Washington saw last week. And the Cardinals will win 31-17. And now we have the Rams versus the Eagles. The St. Louis Rams, or Los Angeles Rams, I'm sorry. I was living back in the past. The Los Angeles Rams will take on the Philadelphia Eagles. James?
Well, that Rams defense looked good the other night. And so I'm taking them 17-13.
I'm going to take the Rams 24-14.
I got the Rams 23-10.
And I have the Rams 27-17. Yeah, it's hard for me to pick Philadelphia, even though the Rams beat the Cowboys last week. Next, we have the New York Football Giants versus the Chicago Bears. James?
I'm taking the Bears 20-10.
I'm taking the Bears 21-10.
I got the Bears 30-16.
Oh, man. I think I'm going to be alone in this one. I'm going to take the Giants to win 17-13. I don't know how much faith I have in the Bears. even though I'm a Cowboys fan and I don't like picking the Giants, but I'm going to go with them this week, which will bring us to our last game of our prediction show, which is our Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys, hosting the Atlanta Falcons. James?
This game is going to be a low-scoring game. I have it 21-20 Falcons.
I've got the Cowboys 35-14.
I got the Cowboys 27-17.
And I'm going to go with the Cowboys 24-17. And I'm going to hope that our secondary can cover those receivers.
Trust me, it hurt me. But after my disappointment last week, I can't.
Well, we want to thank y'all for tuning in and joining us for the Mexia Black Hat Week 4 Player, Coaches, and Prediction Show here with Mexia Sports Network and Greer Time Media. It's Wallace High, Denora Sandals, Vance Rhodes, and James Deichler. Continue to tune in with us each and every Wednesday during the football season. We will be on around 6:30 p.m. each week. And then we'll also bring you the Mexia Black Hat football game on Friday nights. This week it'll be the Mexia Black Cats hosting the Salado Eagles for homecoming at Black Cat Stadium. The game will kick off at 7:30. We will come to you with our pregame between 7 and 7:15 leading into opening kickoff. We thank you again. Share, let someone know that we'll be bringing this to you via the Mexia Sports Network. You can go into YouTube, type in Mexia Sports Network, and bring that up. Also, there's a Facebook page for Mexia Sports Network and Greer Time Media. And so you can go onto those pages and also follow the links there to find the feeds each week. We want to thank you. We want to thank the guys for coming out and sitting with us once again this week. We want to thank our coaches and our players who came out with us. Once again, the Black Cat Nation, let's go Black Cats. We'll see you on Friday.
Not accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, if you've strayed away and are lost, if you need a church to call home and family, please don't put it off any longer. Your next breath is never promised. Visit Pastor James Deichler at Forest Glade Baptist Church, 4277 North Highway 14 in Mexia. He preaches straight from the Bible and never waters down the gospel. Church services are Sunday mornings starting at 10:45 a.m. A church that strives to advance the kingdom of God. Come be a part of this family.
Big Drip Fashion Hall is now open in Mexia. Big Drip offers a variety of the latest styles of urban clothing, serving boys and men of all sizes from toddlers to 6XL. Big Drip Fashion Hall is guaranteed to meet all of your fashion needs. Come check us out. 1335 East Milam Street in Mexia, across from Hibbett Sports.
Simpson Fireworks supports Mexia Black Cat football and athletics. We have items for all occasions, including gender reveals, weddings, 4th of July, and New Year's. For more information and to stay up to date, please visit our Simpson Fireworks Facebook page. Go Cats!
Heritage Real Estate LLC, voted by readers of the Mexia News as the best real estate company and best realtor for 2020, is proud to support the Mexia Black Cats. Broker and owner Mitzi Eves, as well as Heritage Realtors Pat Adams and Kelly Lauderdale, are all graduates of Mexia High School. Together, Heritage Real Estate LLC realtors have over 30 years of real estate experience, are very involved in the community, and are dedicated to their clients. Heritage Real Estate LLC works with sellers, buyers, and investors for residential, lake properties, lots and acreage, and commercial properties in Limestone, Freestone, Leon, Robertson, Navarro, and the surrounding counties. You can find Heritage Real Estate LLC listings on Realtor.com, Zillow.com, Trulia.com, and many other websites. Call Heritage Real Estate LLC at 254-562-7899 anytime for help with all your real estate needs.
Tonight's game is sponsored by Mexia Sports Network, Greer and Greer Mobile Detail, Woodman Life, Subway, Joe Fridays, Elizabeth C. Ferrari Realtor, and Big Drip Fashion Hall.
For over 20 years, Rachel Anderson Real Estate has been synonymous with residential and country lifestyle real estate in Limestone and the surrounding counties. Whether selling or buying, Agent Elizabeth Ferrari can help. Visit ElizabethCFerrariRealtor.com or call 254-747-1602. Real estate market knowledge, passion for helping